Rock Hill, where police say 4 people have been shot. Police tell us the suspected shooters fired shots at 3 others. Officers are now looking for the suspects, and one of the victims is in critical condition after that shooting in Rock Hill over the weekend.
Just a brazen crime here. Well, police say the suspect shot at a group, thinking they were part of a group from a previous encounter. But officials say it's a case of mistaken identity. Queen City News anchor Derek Dellinger has been piecing together just details from both police and neighbors all day. You're live in Rock Hill tonight, Derek. Neighbors, though, say they're talking about what happened, but they also say they saw something else, right?
Yes, one neighbor we spoke with said they saw shooting back and forth and multiple cars that were involved here. But we do need to be aware of what police had to say. Police say they are aware of some of the reports to the contrary, but nothing really contradicts what they have released so far, that this shooting was a case of mistaken identity. On the outskirts of Rock Hill, Brunswick Drive is one of those places that's considered safe. It's considered a good neighborhood. But there's the sign of police out here just days on from a shooting in this neighborhood. A shooting that can be heard on this security camera video from Saturday night. The person who sent us this says their camera caught dozens of gunshots and people going up and down the street.
I heard 3 rounds of shots, to be exact, at first, but coming from the other side of the street. And they swooped back around and came up my direction. I then looked out of my window about maybe 11, 19, and then that's when I started hearing multiple gunshots.
This woman lives just a few doors down from where the action was reportedly centered, action that eventually came to her.
I'm looking out of my window and I'm seeing the 2 vehicles here right in front of my house. And they were chasing each other and they both were shooting back and forth.
The details of what happened from Rock Hill police are this. Around 11:30 Saturday night, a group of 7 people were going to a gathering down the road on Brunswick. They were making their way up the road when these 2, Jaron Hemphill and Ja'Kai Jackson, reportedly fired shots at the group in the cars, thinking that they were involved in a previous altercation. Multiple neighbors told Queen City News off camera that version may not be entirely accurate, saying shots were fired all around. Police say they don't have any evidence so far to corroborate that.
7 victims were spread out between the 2 vehicles. 4 people were hit, 3 were not.
One of the victims shot in the head.
Arbitrarily shooting at 2 vehicles that you've misidentified as people that you have conflict with, the way it occurred, we're looking at 4 victims, but because of their actions, we could have been looking at a lot more because of the houses being right on top of each other.
The people shot include 2 19-year-olds, a 24-year-old and a 25-year-old. The suspects in this case are both 20, something that neighbors do not like to see.
Why not get involved and try to turn that kid another direction?
The peace and quiet is back, but now with uncertainty as neighbors come to terms with what happened just a few doors away.
Your first time seeing anything like this, but I'm hoping and praying that it all just goes away soon.
Now, we did speak with the family of one of the suspects. They are choosing not to speak at this time. However, they did tell us off camera that there is more to the story than what police are saying. And again, police are saying that their version of events is what they've been able to figure out so far, at least with this case. We are live in Rock Hill. Derek Dellinger, Queen City News.